So we carry on my series about Let's Talk About Politics. So last week I told you about why I wanted to talk about politics, because I'm the clergy of the Church of England. The Church of England is an established church, so who has got a relationship with the politics, who is here to give some advice, not to take side, but to give some advice. So today I wanted to use two different texts. One is from the Old Testament, the Genesis, and it's the encounter between Eve and the serpent. So when the serpent said to Eve, "So you can't eat any of the fruits of the trees in the garden," and Eve says, "No, no, we can eat, except that one." Ah, so when we can eat that one because we're going to die if we do so. Ah, no, you're not going to die, but you're going to know the truth between what is good and what is bad. And the other text is in Matthew. It's the temptation of Christ in the desert when the Satan is coming to him and is trying to twist the scriptures to invite him to do things wrong. And there's a kind of exchange in between the two about the scriptures, what is right, what is wrong. So why do I use that? Because I wanted to talk about the theme, the topic of the truth. So commonly we say that politicians are liars. Oh, what a scoop. Yes, they are. They are liars, like everybody, very often. But what you have to bear in mind and to realize is that very often they start with the truth. They start with a good point, with a fair point, and then once they obtain a kind of authority for having told the truth, they carry on and twist the truth so they can use it to their advantage. So this is a trick that is very common, and it's not necessarily only the politicians doing that. If you look through the history, all the plots that happened, all the coup that happens, were based on truth first, and then twisted to the advantage of to the people. And but also the coup and the plots and people who pretend to be whistleblowers. They are true whistleblowers, but they are so-called whistleblowers, and they try to unveil certain plots around the world to take dominion around the world. And so I won't take any examples about these because it's too tricky, and I don't want to take side. But the only example in history that I could give you is with one of the French king, Philippe le Bel, who actually used some truth about the Templars, the Templars Knights, and then twisted the truth just to take advantage and to investigate against them, so that he will be able to trial them and take all their wealth. So this is something that is very common, to start from the truth and then twist it. So what I invite you is to find tools how to fight against this twisting of reality, of truth. So what I do is that I multiply the variety of the sources of information that I have. I invite you to do the same. What I do is that I listen to news, I read news in several languages, if you can, or if you can have some translation. So I read news in English, or listen to news in English, in French, of course, but also in German. And it's very good because you've got different cultural perspectives, and it allows you to recoup, to cross different realities from a culture to another, from different bias, and you then are able to know what is right, what is wrong, and where there are some shades that need to be unveiled. So it's very interesting to do that. But also within the languages, what is good is to have some different perspectives with different denomination, I would say, of political denominations, because all the papers have an agenda, a different agenda. So to give an example, if I read in French, I will read from the Figaro, which is right, and at the same time from Le Monde, which is left wing. But other papers that are more extreme as well. And same in English, I very commonly read articles from both The Guardian and The Times. But also when I watch the news, I can look at the BBC or ITV or Channel 4. But also what I like to do is to look at Euronews, because it's a gathering of different ideas and different nationalities that are on them. So it's very interesting because it gives you different perspective and different ideas. And what is a very good exercise, and I will finish on that too, is to try and listen to things you don't like, to listen to the opinion you don't like, because one, they will allow you to find some details about your own opinion where you should have a second thought, but also it allows you to understand why people who don't think like you think that way. What is at the source of it? What are the motivations? What is the agenda behind it? And it's very important to have this variety of information, because if you are informed, you can't be played a fool. That's it. And I hope these tools are useful for you in politics, and enjoy it. Amen.